Working with calendars in bookus.co.nz, advanced setup. Okay, so welcome along. In this screencast we're going to be looking at some of the more advanced features of our calendar setup. We're going to be looking at the cell duration, the start offset, and making new rules and how the rule order works in bookus.co.nz. Now first of all we'll just go ahead and sign in as always. Now if you're wondering what this is all about and you're thinking that why are these calendars so complicated, or if you haven't looked at the beginners webcast for our calendars, please do have a look at that one first. That will cover most of the things you want to do as a basic bookus.co.nz user. This is really for some of the more advanced features of our calendars. So I've gone ahead and logged in there, and as you can see I've got two calendars defined here, James and Sally. Now we're going to go and look at the edit for our James calendar rule here. As you can see, it's got a name and a description, and this calendar cell duration, what that does is it defines how long each cell is going to be in our calendar. So it's automatically set as 30 minutes at this stage using the auto set tick box. If we untick that and we set it as 15 minutes, that means each cell is going to be divided up into 15-minute segments. That may be useful to us if we want our customer to be able to book at a different time slot than the length of the service which is contained on that calendar. Okay, now also the start offset is something we can set as well. 15, 30 or 45 minutes off the hour is when our calendar first begins for that day. So by unticking auto and setting that at a value, we can force our calendar to look how we want it. Now if I go into the view here, you'll see that now our calendar starts at past and it's in 15-minute increments. Okay. Even though the service that's on this calendar currently is a half-hour service, it means that someone could book at 15:15 if they wanted to. Alright, so the next thing we're going to have a look at is the calendar rules and rule order and how that's applied. So when we create a rule for our calendars, you can see we've got our weekdays, weekends and lunch already set up there. But let's say James is going on holiday in a couple of weeks' time. We might want to create a rule just for that. So go ahead and duplicate our weekdays rule. Call it James on leave. And we'll deny all bookings from his calendar for every day, all day. But it's not going to be every week or every year, it's just going to be between certain dates. So we'll go ahead with our calendar picker here and we'll decide when he's going to be on holiday. It's going to be the month of August. There we go. And we'll save the rule. Great. Okay. Now if we go back to our calendars and we look at the setup for James, as you can see we've got the extra rule here, and what's important to note here is that the way that rules are applied is from the top down. So that means that first we check the weekdays, there's bookings available. Weekends, there's some bookings available. But then notice how lunch here is at the bottom of the list. That means that we've decided that lunch is not bookable, so that even though in weekdays our 12 till 12:30 is defined as being part of this range here, our lunch is not available because it's at the bottom. So when we hit that rule at the bottom, it gets applied. And the same thing will happen with James on leave. It's now gone to the bottom of the list, meaning it's going to be applied last. So if there are any bookings, people trying to book between the 1st and 31st of August, they'll not be available.